Hi guys, and welcome back to another Borkino game video. Today's video is dedicated to quick reminder and some updates regarding the armor event. So let's jump right into it. You go into your guild, and in your guild, click the Blood Gacha or the Guild Boxo Grimoire. Today is going to be the last day that we can acquire blood vials, and tomorrow will be the last day that you can summons. So make sure you do all of your summons by either today or tomorrow, whichever works. Make sure you get them out of the way. There's some great rewards in here. If you go into items list, you can see pretty much everything that's going to be available to drop. Pretty much how many things that are going to be available in the actual gacha pool for the blood gacha. So notice that pretty much our weapons are still intact. No one's pulled any of them. The biggest things that are going to drop are essentially the fresh dragon blood, pretty much these upgrade tablets A, S, and SR. Those are pretty much like the premium, go-to things if you want those to drop, if you're not really looking for like the SR weapons. Overall, you can see that there's also, if you go to total summon rewards, there's also a reward for summoning 30 times. You'll end up with 130 crystals overall. So make sure you can at least summon 30 times whether you want anything from the shop or not. That's the free 130 twilight crystals. And then you can also see how many times you've summoned. I've summoned 45 times. And I also have like a video at the very end playing all of my summons. I got decently lucky, that's for sure. But of course, that's because for some reason not a lot of people pulled in my guild. Everyone's saving it for the last day. I don't really recommend that because you can end up forgetting. But you know what? It is what it is. I hope everyone gets what they want from the blood gacha. Ideally, get those like Nightmare EXP and Nightmare material fodder. So let's jump right into the last bits of the video. You go into metal exchange. The charm metal shop, I believe it's either refreshed for the month or it's pretty much the last day, because today is August 31st. But I did see this refresh for the day, the 1000 charm metals for the twilight crystals. I'm pretty sure I bought that. It might have refreshed for the day, or today might have been the last day. Today's the last day, but today's not the new day of the next month. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're playing at. I'm confused. Hopefully today is the real last day, and tomorrow we get the new 1000 twilight crystal, or 300 twilight crystals, right? For a free, or not a free, but a 10 pull essentially. So let's cover the bits of the armor event. So if you go into the armor event, and then pretty much what I want to tell you, actually this is back here. What I want to let you know, if you click details right here, is this is how long the event's going to be running. And essentially, these are going to be the drop rates. The drop rates for Phoenix is essentially 5% for Trials End and Sisters of Sand. Just note that this is pretty much a 5% drop rate, and that it is going to lock in normal mode. There is no hard mode for this event, so it is locked in normal mode. And let's talk about the Bonnie series quick. It's going to be Polearm, Artifact, Projectile, and Tome. Those are pretty much the only sets available. And special set skill that deals major damage on all orc type enemies. So this is probably going to be the next boss that's going to be appearing for us. Just note that this is the orc conquest that's going to be appearing. Notice that he's weak against fire, increase skill effect against orcs, so increase fire damage, special or more damage to orcs. This is probably the guy that's going to be popping up. Alice is going to be the premier unit. It's probably going to have similar conquest times to everything else. Overall, he's not really going to be a summon that you need. He's going to be just like Justice, but at the same time, he's more for the fact that you can probably get the conquest gem that you're going to need. So make sure to farm out the polearm and the projectile if you main those. If you main orbs, pick up the artifact one. And then tome users will be the only support that's going to be getting a set. Just note that this is our first fire set, so as a tome user, it's going to be quite necessary to get it. The thing that I wanted to know about this Bonnie armor is that it's actually not that much stronger than the Nier armor itself. So stat wise, it's like very, very similar. Replicant is still technically the highest stat wise set. So don't be too hell bent if you're trying to get this thing max upgraded and whatnot. Probably leave it at S and it'll do its job. Just note that the Space Invaders event is just around the corner, so don't go crazy upgrading this armor because, you know, Space Invaders armor will completely outclass this set. Right now, the thing that I want us to take a look at is the armor drop rates. Now, there's going to be 2 places that you're going to be getting the armor, either a Sisters of Sand or the Trials End. So pretty much there's a 5% drop rate for these specific pieces, and pretty much Sisters End, or Sisters of Sand, the very last stage, it'll only drop the projectile and tome armor. And so don't pretty much farm that stage. The stage that you probably want to farm is most likely this one, because a lot of people have pole arms. It's going to be the Trials End, which is the second to last stage. I'll show you guys after, but pretty much this is going to be the place that you can only farm pole arm and artifact. Ideally you get, like, you know, pole arm set, but if you have a bunch of bows, then, you know, stay at the very last stage and that'll suit you just fine. Just note that the Trials End and Sisters End, or Sisters of Sand, they have the same drop rates for the Phoenix Nightmare, so either stage works. So it's just gonna be really good overall. We go here, Heart of the Sandstorm. These are pretty much the last 2 events. They provide the same exact AP. They pretty much function the same way. I'm pretty sure the drop rates might be a little, like, different for, like, the armor materials that are going to be dropping, but overall, you know, can't go wrong farming this one. I'll probably stick to the Trials End one because I don't really have that many bows. And yeah, overall this is gonna be, like, really chill week. You know, Space Invaders is probably coming fairly soon, and we'll go over a few things this week. Probably go over, like, the rest of the beginner guide, and probably, like, a look into my gear and how I got to my current gear score, or, you know, point score. But anyways, that's it for this video. You know, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. I will see you